Hello and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Monday, August 18th edition of our video devotionals, and we appreciate you being with us today. I hope your Monday's going well. It is the beginning of another work week and school week, and hopefully your Monday has already been off to a good start, because I know how Mondays can be, but hopefully your Monday is okay, all right? We're going to be in Isaiah chapter 46. We'll be in Isaiah all this week. We'll end literally with chapter 66 on Friday, and so we'll finish up the great book of Isaiah, but we're going to be in Isaiah 46. The first 4 verses for sure, and maybe read a few more within the chapter. So it's a short chapter, 13 verses, but find that if you will. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for the acknowledgments of watching, comments if there's any, and we do appreciate you very much, okay? Well, let's jump right into it on this Monday. It says this in verse 1, chapter 46, Isaiah. Baal boweth down, Nebo stoopeth. Their idols were upon the beast and upon the cattle. Your carriages were heavy loaden. They are a burden to the weary beast. They stoop, they bow down together. They could not deliver the burden, but themselves are gone into captivity. Hearken unto me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly, which are carried from the womb. And even to your old age, I am he, and even to hoar hairs, that's the gray or the white hairs, will I carry you. I have made, and I will bear. Even I will carry, and will deliver you. We may read a few more verses, but here's the gist of it. You know, those who made the false idols, and to realize with some of these idols, there was some overlaying of some precious metal like gold or silver, or maybe just put some ornaments around them. Anyway, these false gods became literally very heavy by weight. And the Bible's saying here that your beasts that are bearing these, and maybe even pulling the wagons that's got all these false gods on them, man, they're just weighted down, and literally they're weary from carrying around your false gods. And God says, but here's the way it is with you, Israel. He says, look, I'm the one who carries you. I'm glad that God, my God, is not a burden to me. I'm glad I don't carry him around in a sack. I don't carry him around in a satchel or a briefcase and say, I've got my God with me. And he's kind of heavy, gets kind of heavy carrying around, but I carry my God around. You know, it doesn't work that way. I'm glad that God carries me. He's the burden bearer. That he's the one who can lift the burdens. And so that's very, very important to understand the difference between a living God who helps me and carries me and my burden, rather than me carrying around a burden called a false god. Notice a few things here else with this chapter that kind of goes along with that. It says they bear him upon the shoulder, talking about the false god. In verse 7, they carry him and set him in his place, and he standeth from his place shall he not remove. Yea, one shall cry unto him, yet he cannot answer, nor save him out of his trouble. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. I'm going to stop right there. And the second thing I just want to say along this line here is I like what it says there in verse number 8. You know, when you think about someone carrying like a bag, literally it says on the shoulder, carrying this God around. He can't talk. He can't do anything. You set him up on a ledge somewhere, or set him up somewhere, and you can cry to him. He's not going to cry back to you. He's not going to move. You're not going to go back in the morning and say, well, I wonder where he's at today. He's going to be exactly where the false god maker put him, because there is no life to that false god. And I'm glad, like it says this right here, remember this and show yourselves men. You know, if nothing else, you know what a real man does? A real man is a man that knows God and serves God. You know, people that walk around, and I'll just say the male person, or anybody, but the male, that thinks they're all big and they can make big statements against God and say there is no God, and just act like, boy, because of their brute force and their loud, literally their loud mouth, that they can make statements like that. You know what? God said, let me tell you what a real man does. A real man says, hey, I recognize God, I worship that God, and I speak of that God. I can speak to my God, and my God speaks to me. My God is above me. My God I worship. My God, I didn't make him, he made me. So I'm just glad today that my God is no burden to me. My God lifts the burdens. And I'm glad on November 14, 1976, my God, Jesus Christ, the Savior, lifted my burden of sin, placed me in the family of God, and he's carrying me, and I'm not carrying him, okay? All right, there you go. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing, on Tuesday. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.